Good Sunday morning, radio fans. It's K8byp in the garage. Cause 75 meters was in the crapper this morning, so no Sunday morning radioing on 75, making a sheet metal enclosure for the vacuum tube in the RF amplifier, making an aluminum box with flanges, mounting flanges coming off, and 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about a dozen bends overall. Here's a cover. I don't have a fabricating shop, so I can't make a 4-sided enclosure. That gets to be more difficult. But here's how to make some really nice sheet metal bends, small stuff, with common tools. The usual approach is to go buy a sheet metal brake. I wouldn't do that. Most of them are 16 inches or larger. They take up a lot of space. And much of what we do in ham radio is a lot smaller than that. We're generally not making cabinets. And the 16-inch brake or bigger is for making cabinet parts. But here, this is a cover for this enclosure, and a 16-inch brake would be a huge waste. So the way around that is to go to Harbor Freight, the place we love to hate. In all fairness, they're selling pretty good tools these days, and we buy these machinist parallels. Extremely handy. These edges are extremely square. They make really good scrapers, and I use them to scrape the sheet metal edges smoother after cutting them with a pair of yellow shears. Yellow means straight. Here's a small machinist drill press vise, useful for bending very small features. And after making larger bends, that can be put down in that vise and then tightened to square up these corners, which aren't as square as they should be. But the main trick to getting a really nice bend like this, and see that's right on the line, you might be able to see the dark pencil line, is to take these machinist parallels, which are very, very hard and very square, and set them down in a vise and use that to sandwich the metal to be bent. And what that does is makes a very sharp edge to bend around. And how square and sharp that edge is determines how much the force is magnified into the bend area. And the more it's magnified, the cleaner the bend, because it makes more bending force. Here I've got this fixtured up in just a cheap Northern Tool 5-inch vise. I don't have smooth jaws. Those are gripping jaws, and they're rusty, so I put one of these parallels in there and set the parallel even with the vise jaws, and then just slightly elevate the pencil line for the bend over that and tighten it down. Doesn't take a lot of clamping force. We're not trying to crush the metal. Just want to make sure that when the part is bent, that the vise jaws don't open up. So reach back down in here and push on the inside along here. We don't grab up here and bend. That makes a curve. But reach up there and put pressure with fingers and just start bending that. And bend slowly. It takes time for the metal to flow. And bend, 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 bend. You can see the fingers down here at the bottom. Reach down in here at the bottom. And just bend, bend, bend. In sheet metal, there are the concepts of overbending and underbending. This will underbend slightly. You can see this is angled up a little bit. That's no big deal, because it is sheet metal. You can see how it's not bent quite 90. It's not the same amount all the way across, but not a big deal, because it's real easy to bend that, to finish the bend with fingers afterwards. So this is replacing Oh, if I had Hammond make this, it would probably cost me $100, maybe more, including time and shipping. So you can see the underbend there. It's spread out further this way. But have me a nice little sheet metal enclosure and won't have gone anywhere to do it. And the beauty of these vices over a sheet metal brake, I'm not against brakes, but that's about all they're good for, is that these are good for all kinds of general work. There's no doing automotive work without one of these. And this is a very nice drill press vise. So there's the basics of tools to get for sheet metal, small home sheet metal braking and shearing and such without buying an actual brake.